episode 4 of GIIS SMART Webinar Series, Voices and Choices, Explore, Adapt, Impact. An engaging series where we meet pioneers from EdTech industry and our own expert educators from GIIS who have invaluable hands-on experience and are involved in shaping the digital citizens of tomorrow. This is Deepika Sodhi from GIIS SMART Campus, and I have with me Mr. CVK Sastry, Principal GIIS East Coast. We are the hosts for today's session, Unlocking Smart Technologies in Counseling. We do have our two very special guests, two counselors on the show, Ms. Sabahat Fatima. Welcome, Sabahat. And we also have Ms. Seema Kaushik. Welcome, Seema. Sabahat Fatima is the school counselor at GIIS Singapore. She has completed her master's in applied psychology with specialization in counseling. She has worked in both clinical as well as school settings to nurture and foster the mental well-being of students. She is a 3-year member of Singapore Association of Counselling. Ms. Seema Kaushik is the career counselor and SAT test center coordinator at GIIS Singapore. She is a management graduate and has over 12 years experience of working at Global Indian International School, Singapore as a career and college counselor. Her key role in school is to help students with the entire application process from start to end. Seema has counseled students in every aspect of their college life, from recommending the best college that will fit them and guiding them through the application process, including financial aids wherever required or applicable. She has traveled across the globe, and she is also ensured that our students are placed across the globe, be it US, UK, Singapore, Australia, India, or our own Singapore. We do also have on board with us Mr. Jonathan Lin, our Education and Career Guidance Counselor, who is a certified counselor registered under Singapore Associate for Counselling and Association of Psychotherapists and Counselors. He is not there with us today, but we will soon share his insights also on the same forum. Over to you, Shastri sir.
Hi, Ms. Seema. I think it's a very interesting topic today. Thanks for joining us as the guest speaker here. It's a very relevant thing that we need to speak on, and we would like to know from you is digital pedagogy plays a vital role in the curricular part or even otherwise the different areas of learning of children across the levels of their learning in schools. So how do you think the technology is going to be helpful for bringing in the counselor point of view, the different elements for children to learn, or in terms of behavior or in terms of the career counseling issues? So how the technology and the gadgets are going to be useful?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here. So of course, technology, we can't be left behind even in the counseling, and we are using it to a maximum extent possible at our school. And you can see that GIS, when it comes to technology and digital utilization of resources, we are number one. So we are using the resources, digital resources in counseling, right from grade 9 and 10, when students take their career assessments to choose their subjects, to choose the careers what they want to take, with the usage of different digital platforms where we have partnered with. Students are taking the career assessments, and then based on their interests and aptitude, they are choosing their IB subjects and CBSE subjects, and of course the career what they want to do. During their junior college years, we are using the digital technology for organizing various webinars, various career fairs. We are doing virtual career fairs. This year it was not possible to have a physical career fair, so we had done the virtual career fairs. We had connected our students to different alumni virtually through the different Zoom webinars. So we are using the technology maximum possible through various digital platforms.
Thank you, Ms. Seema. That was wonderful for the insights in terms of usage of technology in counseling.
I think with the recent changes necessitated on us by onslaught of COVID-19, there has been a paradigm shift, and the future of education, I believe, is changing fast. And this is our aim at GIIS, to utilize digital pedagogy and use digital tools and techniques to optimum. So there was a time when we were using it for academics, but then why not for counseling? So that is the idea that, stemmed, and that's how we thought of bringing in at par, usage of digital tools and techniques in counseling as well. And, I would like to share a very famous quote, as said by Greta Russi. Digital well-being is about crafting and monitoring and maintaining a beautiful relationship with technology.
Yeah.
So now, as we were using technology, we realized that we can't kind of ignore the aspect that comes with the usage of technology. That means students being digitally well, digitally aware, and that's the aim of today's session. When we say it's smart technologies, unlocking smart technologies in counseling, we actually want to see what's the role that technology is playing in disbursing counseling. Is it just there, or is it a value add? So I think, Seema, you very well explained, as Mr. Shastri asked, the usage of technology, various apps in counseling. But I think we'll move to Sabahat first, because she is dealing with the well-being aspect of usage of technology as well. So over to you, Shastri sir.
Yes, Ms. Sabahat, in this context, I would like to know more about the helpline that GIIS has taken the first step, I would say, in this +2 K12 educational level. How it has been helpful to the kids in terms of their behavioral or emotional well-being.
Sure, sir. Thank you for the question. So basically what had happened was we had noticed a strong gap between reporting and acting on the incident. So we had wanted to minimize the gap. So we thought, why not introduce a health line? With the help of our management, we were able to introduce a health line which allows students to contact the counselor at any geo at any given time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like WhatsApp, right? But it's monitored through another app. And once we get that message, we get it as a WhatsApp message on our phone. So once we get to know that a student has contacted us through the Healthline number, we can read across the issue, and there's an automatic message that gets sent identifying the class, the section, which country, so on. And once I get the notification that this is for me, I'm able to reply and address the issue immediately. So that way there's not a delay that they have to wait and come back to school and then come to me personally and tell me this is what happened. So this way it's kind of like a health line wherein they're able to contact us at any time and all issues are dealt with for the utmost safety of our students.
It's really great. It's
Yeah.
like, so to say, 24/7 and globally as well.
Correct.
I think it's true to
Yeah.
I think,
the vision of the
fantastic.
school.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, having a helpline where you are available 24/7 for students. And I think this was very much needed during the period when people or the globe, I would say, went into lockdown. I mean, when it comes to being at home, being only with virtual world, this must have really helped.
It truly did, because
Yeah.
we were, based on their suggestions, we were able to go off and book an appointment where they could speak in depth. But at least that first mode of communication was open constantly. So it really bridged the gap.
So how do you think technology has helped in your area, wherein
Sure.
since you deal with behavioral counseling, has it made an impact? Like Ms. Seema did share that it has made an impact in the career counseling area. So
I would say the same. I think technology is such a concept that can't be ignored no matter what the field is. So in behavioral counseling as well, I think technology has seeped in every aspect, every step of the way. Whether it's booking an appointment, we have a system wherein they can log in, or they have a link where they can see what my available timings are and book according to their convenience.
Right.
That way the needs of the counselor as well as the needs of the students are met. Then we go on to the reporting stage, the feedback stage, the referral stage. Now it's getting completely seeped in, and now technology has been like a help, I can say, an aid in every step of the way. And this makes it so seamless, and it flows so well.
So
Yeah.
that's wonderful to see. Like as you said, technology is an aid in
Correct.
behavioral counseling. So you mean to say now tracking the students across a class and over the classes has become easier?
Definitely. Now we're also working on a system which will allow us to go back 10 years. If the student
my
has been
God.
with us for 10 years, then we can see the history, we can see the counselor interactions, irrespective of whether I'm available or not. Another counselor can take over and do it as well. While maintaining the confidentiality, we are able to help the needs of the students as well. But at the same time, we ensure that that information is only kept for the counselors and not for everyone's view.
Right. That's what I was about to ask. When
Yeah.
you say 10 years, do you mean that anybody can access that data? Because I'm sure that information when it comes to counseling of a student is confidential, and
Correct.
only the party who's supposed to know should be know-how of
Yeah.
it.
I think that's one of the values of GIS that I hold closely as well, that we believe in confidentiality, we believed in integrity and honesty. So when a child comes to us in that confidence and tells us that, I don't want this to be shared, we do everything, even in our technology, to ensure that security is provided to the
Oh,
student. Yeah.
okay,
So the server will ensure that that information is kept only for the eyes of the counselor and nobody else, not even the class
Awesome.
teacher or anybody. Yeah.
Awesome.
I
I
think
think,
that's really,
having
yeah.
such a secured system only for counseling, I think it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Probably we also are impressed.
Yes, really great.
Yeah.
I just want to further ask both of you, in fact, because see, probably behavior, the emotional issues connects with the physical space, but how the child would really taking this virtual or the usage of technology in this current scenario, because we have still down the line 2 years have passed by.
Correct.
And the valuable time is getting over, especially those are in the adolescence or maybe in grade 11 or grade 10 area. As they move forward, they're missing that period where they are actually having that physical contact. So how are you able to fill in that space, physical space, and equally give the same value through
I
these?
think we've been very lucky with Singapore that the schools have not completely shut down, right? So we always have an option now that either the meeting can be virtually, or the meeting while they're booking it can be face-to-face as well. So we're not shutting the doors on face-to-face meetings, because some situations are such that they need that physical presence, right? So we aren't shutting it down, but in case if, say, the parent also wants to join in, we don't want to breach any safety rules. So the parent joins in via Zoom.
Oh.
So that way we are able to integrate both physical as well as technological aspect of our entire meeting.
And is it the same for
Yes.
you as well?
So it's blended learning. The meetings are depends on the student, whether the student is present in the school, they come and meet me personally, or if they want the parents to join, the Zoom link can be sent to parents. So that aspect is also available. Parents can also join the Zoom meeting and can discuss about the applications part with the child.
Child.
So. Yeah.
And how easy it is for a parent to book your appointment, or for that matter for a student, or for a student to take your appointment?
Yeah, so similar to what Sabahat mentioned, students are all grade 11 and 12 students are on the CIALFO platform. So I was like planning to tell you about the different digital platforms our school has made available for students. So CIALFO is one of them, and all grade 11 and 12 students are part of the CIALFO platform, and through the platform they are able to see the time when I'm available and book the meeting slot. If they want the meeting through Zoom, they can select the Zoom option, and there will be a Zoom link sent to them, and they can join the meeting. Similarly, they can ask the parents to be part of the CIALFO platform, and parents also can monitor the progress of the child, can see the meetings, what they have done with the counselor, and can be part of the meetings whenever they wish to.
Whenever they wish to. So I think
Yeah.
things have been streamlined. Now
Definitely.
people can't say that counselor is beyond our reach.
Yeah.
So
I think in fact they have become more close by.
more close. I think yeah,
Absolutely.
everything has pros
The
and cons.
virtual space has
technology-
made people to open up to beyond the school boundaries, as well as I think Sabahat just now mentioned that it's across the globe 24/7 from any country.
Yeah.
Any GIS student can just put in that message. So I think it has opened up the boundaries.
Definitely.
And I think SEMA is also probably doing a lot of such webinars across the globe because
Yes.
now
Right.
it's
Correct.
connected.
Yes. So as part of the GALS project, there are 8 different other schools of GIS I'm working with.
Alright.
And whenever there are any webinars or any sessions which we are doing for students, we are able to broadcast that for the other schools also.
That's
and
right.
other parents have been part of our events.
So can we name it as something called collaborative counseling? We have a counselor, but the
Definitely.
benefits of counselor and counseling can reach out to all students across the globe, irrespective of borders or boundaries. So it's like counseling beyond borders.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, interesting way to put. But I think Miss Seema did mention that you were about to share with us few digital platforms or tools or techniques that you use. So we would love to hear from you.
So we have partnered with a few digital platforms, like one of them I mentioned is CALFO, which is for grade 11 and 12 students. So students are able to interact with the counselor and counselor has a different platform. Like you can say that counselor has a different login and students have a different login. So counselor can give a task to students through that platform, like write a personal statement or essay, and this is your timeline. So basically the task can be given to the students. The progress of students can be monitored. There can be messages sent to the students. There can be meetings or any webinars which are there for students that can be broadcasted. So basically it's an interactive platform. For students, they can actually request for recommendation letters from teachers, and the platform itself has a algorithm which kind of suggests the student that what could be the best fit universities based on the profile of the student. So the platform has an intelligent algorithm which tells students that these universities are safety, these are reach, these are target, or these could be your dream universities.
Oh, wow.
So,
Great.
so
Wow.
based on the profile what student has uploaded on CALFO and the academic grades and SAT scores what they have uploaded, the platform can help students to shortlist universities.
Okay, that's,
Right, so
that's,
that is,
that's nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
And
great.
apart from that, it helps the counselor to send the recommendations, transcripts to various universities. The platform also has a number of universities where students can apply directly through the platform. So
Oh,
direct application is also
It
available.
has made it more easy
Yes.
for.
So it's made more easy. There are
I
a
think
lot of
more easy and more clear.
Clear.
There's transparency,
Yes.
right?
More
Like
transparency.
during our times, probably we didn't even know. We used to wait for our results,
Right.
then wait for college cutoffs, and then
It's a lot
we
of
could
time.
think of, probably that was always an anxiety. But here, these platforms are actually helping students and even guiding parents, what's the
Start
right
early.
path.
I think they
Start
would even
early.
start early.
I think that's the reason why we do also have now on board with us Mr. Jonathan, who is actually education, career and guidance counselor, working along with
That's
Miss
right.
Seema and
Yeah.
Miss Sabahat to make the processes more streamlined.
That's right.
Yeah,
Correct.
and easy.
I've also used CALFO and I found it so easy to use. I used it to upload a recommendation letter. So Seema ma'am requested me to upload a recommendation letter on it, and it was so easy. I just wrote mine and uploaded, and it was straight gone to the university. So it was really convenient to use. Yeah.
So I mean, technology, yes, has played a role, made things simpler, and I'm amazed by this. AI part of the platform that is incorporated. Shortlisting the buckets. I mean, I
That's
want to
right.
hear
Yes.
those terms again within reach.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And like
Yeah.
Sabahat mentioned that the data will be there for like say past few years,
Yeah.
and the student will be able to see if a student is applying to say UCLA. If the student has selected that university, he can see in past how many students had applied from our school and how many have actually got it.
Got it.
So the student knows that okay, there are
This is
certain
the
alumni
past.
who are already
Yeah.
there in that
He's in the
university.
safe place or
Yeah.
right there, right
And he
branch.
can actually see the profile of the previous students who had a particular SAT scores and they have received the offers from
So
that
I think,
university.
yeah, that
So
level of transparency comes in, right? So it
Right.
means when we say that, okay, as GIIS as an organization, so many of our students are in this university, the data is actually available at hands of the parents when the moment they log in. It's interesting. Do you also have any such apps and tools or techniques that you use for behavioral counseling?
With behavioral counseling, unfortunately, we can't be so transparent with our
Yeah.
approach, but we do have technology in the use of how we're collecting data as well. So when I'm in a session and I want to write down the notes or anything, I have a template that I have already saved that I can, instead of writing the notes with my hand, I have a template already on the laptop that I can use to write down all these notes, which is only accessible to me.
Oh,
So these notes are so helpful in the sense that suppose the student comes again 3-4 months later, I don't have to rack my brain, what did the student say, what was the problem about. So the student also feels heard because their concerns are being written down, they're being addressed, and the same information on the approval of the students can be shared with the parents as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
So only if the student consents, you
Yeah.
can share.
Yeah. Similarly, the meetings can be actually the notes can be
Exactly.
there on CIALFO, and that can be referred when there is a second meeting. The first meeting can be referred. The
So you
meetings
mean
can
to
be
say,
recorded if
yeah.
it is on Zoom, and it can be there for the
As
future
a
reference.
record, yeah. So I think unlike where we used to maintain those conventional,
Conventional,
writing
Yeah.
notes
Yeah.
and pen and paper, everything is gone. It's all
Digitalized,
So
yeah.
that's what I said. When we talk of digital pedagogy, digital technology, then why just academics or why just co-scholastics? I feel counseling too is a
Definitely.
very important aspect of school life. I mean, it is needed. I think we've been through this phase. We need it as parents. Students also need a guide or a mentor.
I think more than
There.
any time now in this virtual space,
Definitely.
definitely we need that, and I think it's wonderful job. I think both the
Yeah.
counselors are really doing
Are
that,
really
putting
Yeah.
their best efforts in a short time.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think the reach has increased if I compare to when we were completely offline, right? To now, because of the pandemic, when we are also online, I've seen that the reach of me being able to reach out to students has increased by tenfold,
Right.
I would say.
then
That-
folds.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's what.
Right. So it's been so much easier to access, for us to be accessible to the parents and the students to be accessible to us as well.
Right. So it's like two-way. Of course,
Right.
it works two-way.
Like some of the universities who were not earlier able to visit us, now they are all there on through their Zoom platforms. Students are able to go through their virtual campus tours and visit the university virtually and see everything before they actually go to the university.
I could see other day almost 12 to 13 universities or the institutions coming together on one platform for the event.
So that has become very, very easy now
Yeah.
for students to access resources of different universities and hear from the professors or admission officers of different universities.
And do we have something for middle school or like secondary students like classes 9 and 10?
Yes.
Of course, CIALFO works really great for
Grade
our
11 and
senior
12.
students who will
Yes.
be going to the university. But
Yes.
this
For
cohort,
grade 9 and 10 for middle school, we have introduced Mindler platform. So Mindler, with the help of different 4-dimensional career assessments, students are able to identify their interests and subjects which can help them in their IB and CBSE subject choices.
Okay.
And with these career assessments, students are able to identify what different careers are available and what different careers can fit based on their academic requirements.
Okay.
So that is one additional platform we had partnered with for middle school, and they are able to. There is a career library feature available in Mindler, wherein they can look for different career options, and there are detailed blogs articles and different presentations available for that particular career program. So that helps in career exploration for these students.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really.
Great, right? Like it's like no one left behind.
Yes.
So we start early on, and like you said, 4-way assessment to probably that helps in the right subject choices as well.
Yes.
Whether for a child is it engineering or is it medicine, or for that matter law or fashion or hotel.
And based on that, what subjects they should be selecting, so that guidance also can be available to them.
Amazing. That's nice. So then, Sabahat, what else in addition to this, was there any new programs that you felt should be rolled out for students, given the fact, that there was sometimes HBL, there was intermittent Team A, Team B that we had to go through. So anything that you thought you should know for the overall well-being of the child that you should do or you should introduce?
I think we definitely saw the need for that with the change due to the pandemic, and with the help of Melissa ma'am, our principal, and yourself, we were able to roll out a very interesting program known as the Wellbeing Program. So this Wellbeing Program was so multifaceted that it dealt with physical well-being, academic well-being, mental well-being. We had all these different facets of well-being, which is basically to ensure a state of happiness for the child. So we were able to introduce such a program wherein each month was allotted to an area of well-being. So for instance, if it's the month of October, we assigned it to mental well-being. So wherein that particular month, the theme of that month, we would then have activities for instance, and these activities didn't have to be physically in school. So for the mental well-being, we had this great initiative which Singapore also sponsors, that is Act with Kindness. So in that, we allowed the students to write down, pen down any sweet note, any note to someone they felt did a kind gesture to them.
Okay.
So we had a really good response with that, and that way we've covered all these facets, and now we are here in December and we've gone through the entire program, which I feel like was a great boon for all students. It was a great added bonus for all students.
Like structured well-being to cover all areas.
Yes.
Right. I think, much needed. This is the time when, like Sir said, virtual and digital world. So something to carry them through.
Definitely. And with the support of the sports team and the class teachers and everyone, it was like a school program, not just something initiated by the counselors. So I think without the help of technology, we couldn't have gotten all these people together in the first place.
Yeah. So technology has definitely aided. So are there any such sessions? I mean, how do you take counseling back to students? Like Sabahat, are there any structured sessions that you conduct? And I would also like to ask the same question to Ms. Seema. Are there any structured sessions that you conduct so that children are well aware?
Yeah, so career counseling, we have both, the individual one-to-one counseling and group sessions. So there are group sessions for grade 11 and 12 students, wherein we introduce how they need to apply to UK universities or US universities, or how do they need to write an essay or a personal statement, or there are briefing sessions by different universities also, which we do for them. So those are the group sessions. Then there are individual sessions, which is more individual to a student. So if a student is applying for medicine, and what universities, based on the scores or the academics, which universities the student should be applying, and what kind of activities the student needs to do to build the profile, or how the student should prepare for the interview. So those kind of, so that is all more one-to-one meeting with the student, and sometimes parents also
like sharing information and making them aware of
exactly
the career counseling aspect. And here, do we conduct any such structured sessions over Zoom or one-to-one?
So definitely, we do have the one-on-one sessions which students can approach us at any time. But irrespective of that, when the year gets over, we mark down what were the major areas of concern. So for instance, if there were social concerns in 6th grade, like a lot of social concerns came out this year in 6th grade, then we incorporate that in our next year's program and hold webinars and hold group sessions and activities for those students to deal at a large with that particular problem. So for instance, we've started the sex education program as well by identifying the needs, wherein we are in terms with what MOE also does, and we have the structured program. So all this has come out by, you know, individual sessions, by reporting and everything, that we are able to identify these needs and then hold these great large sessions wherein anybody, the parents come. We also have Healthline webinars that we have done, around six Healthline webinars on various topics wherein counselors from all the GIIS campus have been able to join.
So I think, yeah, Healthline webinars is good because technology has played a role bringing you people closer. But when you conduct group sessions or one-to-one sessions, do you think technology aided you to conduct those sessions in a better way? I mean, what were you doing without their aid of technology and now? I mean, do you see any difference? Would you like to throw some light?
I definitely think there's a big difference. Like I said, right from the point of booking the session, I remember when initially I had such great difficulty when I was new to let the students come to me, book an appointment, then I would say, oh, I'm not free here, oh, a meeting suddenly popped up. But then when the school introduced Calendly as a booking appointment webpage, then they could just see that I've added something to my calendar, the slot isn't available, or the teacher's on a leave today, please rebook for another day. So it's all automatic. I don't have to spend time and energy on trying to tell, oh, this slot is available, that slot. That minimized time that I'm spending in the booking is allowing me to meet more students.
Yeah, and then when you conduct sessions, like you just now said that you introduced, of course, well-being program, and then you've conducted sessions on sex education, I'm sure even on cyberbullying.
Correct.
So how do you easily ensure that the audience is getting what you're trying to say? I mean, are there any simulations, visualizations you use? Has technology aided in that area as well?
Definitely. For, like you said, cyberbullying, when we had these webinars for cyberbullying, we were able to hold showcase videos of cyberbullying or examples, at the same time testimonies of other students who may have gone through similar things. And technology aided in the aspect that of collection of the data, also in projecting that data, we were able to involve it in every aspect. So I think it's definitely helped us in introducing all these programs and these. When I keep thinking there's so much more to add on it, like,
but
I think
one relevant question I just want to ask. There are so many new apps, there are so many new terminologies that these children are bringing in.
Definitely.
Sometimes we are overwhelmed by that. So how do you handle those, the learning part of it to, encourage some children maybe very fast in catching those and moving on? And for yourself, how do you think that we have made effort to bring in those new?
I think the best part about GIIS and the use of technology being a smart campus is the same apps that they may be getting introduced, we have similar ones in our school, right? So the best part is that we're incorporating technology in every aspect so that even when I'm trying to learn it, it's easy because I've already been dealing with similar kind of things, right? So it's nothing new because the whole campus is a smart campus. So it's so easy to incorporate technology in every aspect, whether it's the sessions or whether it's the webinars. And even with all these apps, if a child mentions the app, then I know how to work it. So it's because of the training that we receive, I would say.
Yeah. And Seema, anything that you felt was a challenge due to technology, and you feel that the process was better earlier? Any such instance?
Okay, so in that sense, challenges, I would not say there is any challenge which we faced, but certainly that sometimes we think that the physical connect is missing. We are not able to meet, or in the entire year, there were some of the students, they entire year, they were not able to travel because they went to India, they were not able to come back. And we have not met them in the entire year, so that physical connect was missing. Sometimes parents did insist on meeting physically, and we were not able to give them the appointment because of the restrictions. So parents also missed that physical interaction with the counselor. So that was the part where, there is definitely that personal connect was missing. Though a lot of information and that was available to the students and parents, but still, I think that personal connect is required, and some meeting physically to students, and having that opportunity for them to, ask questions physically when they are available. So that was missing. But otherwise, when it comes to the work, when it comes to career counseling, or when it comes to organizing the events and all, that was like, much, much better when
Easier.
yeah.
And coming to you, Sabahat, because see, with the aid of technology and use of technology, I'm sure everyone is now moving with a device in hand. And definitely there are lots of, everything has pros and cons. So definitely, I'm sure there are certain things that students should know when they use this digital device.
Correct.
The reach that they have now at the click of a button probably wasn't there earlier. That's also a concern. The information suitable to their age
Correct.
should be should be reaching them, but then there's no control over it except for having certain filters and all in place, let's say at the campus or at home.
Yeah.
So what steps have you taken as a counselor, or probably your department, to teach our students on the right usage of a digital device, or something that will come if they misuse it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think with such great power, I would call technology power, comes great responsibility, right?
Yes.
So I think psycho-educating the children that yes, you have this power, you are able to receive everything you need in a click of a button, right? But at the same time, educating them that when you're receiving all this, there are also some drawbacks, right? Completely getting addicted to gadgets, or being dependent on them, or not being able to, write as fast as you type. All these are concerns that they may face, right? So I think first step is always psycho-educating the children that yes, you've been given this power, but you need to use it responsibly, or it may become a drawback for you. So the first step was psycho-education, for which we had these cyber safety webinars and stuff. And the second thing was also to work collaboratively with the parents as well as the teachers to ensure that misuse of the gadgets was not happening. To ensure that even at a school level, if they go out and misuse gadgets or misuse technology and engage in cyberbullying or anything of that sort, that the school would not tolerate it. So we also have a protocol to deal with these things if such cases come, and we also ensure that it's dealt with empathetically, but at the same time, everyone is aware that there's set rules so that the children also know, oh, I can't do everything that I want with the device.
So you've come across such cases where students have flouted rules, but then do we as GIIS have interim measures in place, or let's say checks and processes in place?
Yes. The one thing that GIIS believes in is having a structure and protocol for everything. So in our GIIS handbook, we also have, a set of rules and instructions that these things cannot be breached. And if cyberbullying occurs or anything on the internet that goes against our disciplinary rules, then we have a set of actions that we take. So it's all mentioned in the student handbook for the students and parents' view.
Right. So I think student handbook is like a Bible, I always
Definitely.
say. It's a very, very comprehensive document that actually gives the expected code of conduct when it comes to being a digital citizen with the digital device in hand. And of course, the processes or procedures that we expect from students, or students should follow the protocols that student must follow at all times, barring which the actions will be taken. And I think we do act exactly as per our student handbook.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure the measures are in place, as you very rightly said. So what any one practice that you think you would like to initiate or can be incorporated, since we now have a beautiful infrastructure and state-of-art infrastructure, technology, everything at click of a button. So something you think will be
I think what we were missing is that our students, the number for admissions for Ivy League or Oxford, Cambridge, or highly selective universities was missing, and that too we have tried to solve the issue by partnering with Crimson Education, who are like specialists in counseling, and they are providing professional guidance for students who are applying in highly selective universities. And we have partnered with them this year, and we have like 20 students enrolled for that program. And the results, of course, we will we will get to know soon, because students have just applied for that program. So that was one parameter which the school identified, that the students who are applying to highly selective colleges can get some more professional guidance. Like if a student is applying to MIT, can get a guidance from a student who is already studying in MIT to write the essays or appear for the interview. So more professional support from people who are already in those colleges. So that was, or mentors who are especially counseling those students. So that is one thing which we have added this year, and we continue to do that for the coming years. I think apart from that, the school has already, in terms of career counseling, we are doing a lot. More can be done. That is, like, students can be given more one-to-one counseling support. For that, we will have to have additional counselors.
Okay. And at your level, Sabahat, you feel anything, because we have such a strong technology and infrastructure, that you would like to initiate or include anything?
Yeah, I think I just came out of a meeting where we were talking about making a platform which makes it user friendly for everyone, and ensuring that right from the booking to everything happens on one platform. These different platforms that we have.
So
we're now
merging.
Yes, I did have also having a career counseling website. So that is already in discussion, and the preliminary work has been already done. So just one platform where students can get all the information and all the links to different platforms, and one portal stop where everything is available to them. So that is what is already being discussed.
So I think this is called redefining. So when we say working with SMAR model, which was our previous episode, where we are teaching everyone to apply substitution, modification, augmentation, redefinition, I think we as an organization are also moving. I'm sure Shastri sir will agree. He's also been part of those teams and those meetings, that we did move with time as an educational organization. Earlier, even we as teachers probably were at part of substitution, then we moved to modification, slowly to augmentation, and I think now, as you said, redefining, having a one-stop portal for all needs of students, parents, be it academics, be it events, be it counseling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think with this question, we wrap the episode 4 of GIIS SMART webinar series. Thank you to all the viewers for joining us today. Thank you to Ms. Seema Kaushik, our career counselor, Ms. Sabahat, behavioral counselor, and Shastri sir for joining us today on this platform. Thank you once again for taking out time of your busy schedules and being part of this session. I'm sure it was a lot of learning for parents, for students, for our viewers, and even we as teachers got a deeper insight on how much we are ahead in terms of applying and using technology as far as aspects of counseling are concerned.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tune in to our next episode, wherein we'll meet our senior students and we'll talk to them and share with them how they are applying teaching practices, and they are using technology in learning and applying it for their day-to-day applications and experiences. Till then, bye-bye and have a great day.